Welcome back to Cowboy Golf, and today I've got a really cool set of clubs that I think you guys will be interested in because they do fall in the budget category. As a matter of fact, they may be the most budget clubs that I have brought to you on this channel. Now, the other really interesting thing about it is the same thing that I will tell you that I'm going to be bringing a whole series on for you guys, and that is the single length clubs or same length clubs. The idea behind those clubs are all of them are the exact same length and weight. Why would that be important? Well, it'll give you consistency throughout your swing throughout the entire set to where you only have one swing and of course your driver swing, so I guess 2 swings throughout the set, but instead of having 11 or 12 different swings based off of the different length categories of all your clubs. So we've got a lot of sets to review over the next few days, so I hope you guys are going to tune in. But today's set, the Orlimar Intercepts. So the Orlimar Intercept, you can see the styling on this club. I really like the black plating here with the Intercept in chrome, same chrome that's around most of the club. They have these black inserts here. I don't know what material that is. The club itself is made of stainless steel. As you can see, the head is not overly gigantic compared to some of the clubs I've put on the channel. Now it is a pretty thick sole, and they are cavity back, as you can see here. So all the weighting is going to be around the perimeter to help get the ball in the air a little easier. That's one of the things that they kind of have to do for some of the one length clubs due to the fact that they're, like in this case, these clubs are 37 inches long. A normal set of clubs, you're probably looking at 38.5 to 39 inches, maybe even 40 or 41 inches in the longer irons. So that'll help get the club head speed so that you can get the range, the distance for those clubs. Now I will tell you, I have used these clubs at the driving range twice now, and by the way, you can actually see a little bit of offset as well. These clubs are freaking awesome. I really enjoy hitting them. This 5-iron in particular is a 23.5 degree loft. They have their velvet grips here, and this is their own brand of graphite shaft. This club feels phenomenal. If I changed one thing about this club, it would probably be the grips. The grips aren't bad. I've kind of discovered that I like the oversized grip. I don't necessarily have to go with a Jumbo Max grip. The Win Dry Tack oversized with four wraps of tape, it's kind of ideal for me. I've never experimented with that, but I recently got some clubs that they put the 4 wraps of tape and those particular grips on there, and I'm loving them. But this set of clubs, these are the regular flex 60-gram shaft. These clubs are nice, lightweight. The weight is more towards the end, like you would hope to have in those clubs. And man, they just fly. They fly really well and extremely straight. I really, really like how these things hit. Now, I've got a bunch of sets coming up in the coming days where some of those sets I'm not going to like as much. I don't enjoy the way they feel when you hit the ball. I definitely don't enjoy the way you feel when you miss-hit the ball on some of those clubs. And I will let you know when those reviews come up what I really feel about the sets. This is one that I would recommend to anybody trying to get into the game, anybody that maybe is a higher handicap and want to try out single link. Orlimar is a known brand. I've got a bag over here that's Orlimar. They're legit, guys. If you go to their website, these clubs are $400 or $500. I got them off of Amazon for like $250, and best $250 I ever spent on a golf product, period. There are drivers out there that cost way more than that, and you're not going to enjoy them as much as you will enjoy these clubs. So I have the 5-through gap wedge set. That's what they come in. And you can see possibly here that they're all the same length at 37 inches. There's the 7-iron. They all have the same kind of styling on the back. Here's the loft here, the loft angle. They look good down to the direct. They feel good, like they feel really great, guys. I need to take these back up the range or actually play around with them maybe at the 9-hole par 3 course, and you guys can see for yourselves. I think everybody out there will as well. I wish I had an affiliate code for these, because I'm going to tell you, if you're wanting to get into the single length game, the same length game, these are the clubs to go into for your first set. Now, how long will they last? I don't know. I've only had mine for, a couple of weeks now. So I don't know how long they're going to last. I couldn't tell you where the breaking point's going to be on these. If they do break, maybe, I don't want to speculate too much, because I feel like I would be doing a disservice to Orlimar. But I definitely am going to game these a few times. I have a lot of other sets that I need to go through, which becomes a problem whenever you are trying to develop a swing, is changing sets all the time. So that's another big piece of advice I have for you guys, is if you are wanting to try some sets out, definitely go to a fitter. They're going to have some different shafts, different lengths, different weights, different club heads. If you're interested in single length, you definitely want to mention that to a fitter, though there's not going to be a lot of fitters that believe in the whole principle of it. But I can tell you, my swing has gotten very good by using single leaf clubs. And of course I go and ruin it when I get a variant length or standard length set. But yeah, these clubs are absolutely gorgeous. So they're not as pretty as several of the others that I have on the channel. They're nice. Let's put it in the nice category. The aesthetics are nice. The shaft weight is about perfect for me. The head weight, like I said, the head, you definitely can feel a little more heaviness in it. The biggest complaint I have about them are the grips. I do feel like the grips are maybe not the right size for me, starters, but this rubber that they're using is stiff. It's very stiff. It's not forgiving on your hands. I can imagine, whenever you hit a really awful shot, maybe a thin one, hit it off the toe, it's not going to feel great on the hand, because there's not a lot of cushion in this grip. And I don't know if you can see how thin the rubber is here. But yeah, I would recommend, if you get these, get a different set of grips on it. Right now, like I said, I'm sporting the Win Dry Tack grips on a couple of clubs, trying them out. The Jumbo Max grips feel really good in the hands as well, although as you get smaller on those grips, they feel less enjoyable. Definitely the bigger sizes feel better, but I've got small hands, so I'm kind of diminishing rewards by using those grips. And I keep promising a grip review, and we will get one of those out for you guys. But I wanted to show you these clubs first because I'm just so smitten with them. I really enjoy them. And Orlimar, if you are watching this video, thank you first, and I really love your clubs. I really, really like them. There's not much more to say about that. As far as where it could fit in the one link hierarchy, again, I would say these are more for beginner and high handicap players. Here's the gap wedge. You guys probably want me to talk about distances. What am I hitting? Well, like with a lot of one link clubs, the clubs that are shorter in length, you know, the gap wedge, the pitching wedge, the 9 wedge, I hit those a little longer than what you would on a standard set or a standard lofted set. My gap wedge, I think I'm hitting that one probably about 110 yards, give or take. The pitching wedge, we're hitting that one. I think we're going about 125, 130 on that one. And then the 9 iron, definitely around the 140 range. 8 iron. Okay, my 9 iron at 140 to 150 range. The 8 iron is a completely different story. So, 8 iron. Almost always my favorite club in the bag. Though with this set, as much as I love the 8 iron, it poses a serious problem for me. This 8 iron, I hit 180 yards. That's unreal. 180 yards. Most 8 irons, people are playing their 8 irons like 130, 135, at least on a standard set or a standard lofted set. 180 yards, guys, with my 8 iron. So if I'm only hitting 140 to 150 with my 9 iron and I'm hitting 180 with my 8 iron, you see where that's a problem. And I do think that a lot of one length sets come across the gapping issue. The one set that hasn't had that problem for me in these reviews has been the Regal set from One Iron Golf. That one is gapped pretty well consistently throughout the set. So I go from my 8 iron to my 7 iron. What do you think I hit the 7 iron? I told you the 9 iron goes about 150 on a good hit. 8 iron goes 180. Where do you think the 7 iron hits? If you think it's higher than 180, you're wrong. But 7 iron is more like the 8 iron in the gapping. It hits about 170. So I still have about 20 yards between the 9 iron and, well, in this case, the 7 iron, with the 8 iron hitting it as far as the 6 iron. So the 6 iron goes about 180 to 190, give or take. And then the 5 iron, I'm hitting this one a good 190 to 200, sometimes over 200 with it. Furthest I usually hit any club in that range or in that area. So yeah, it's really nice to be able to get this 5 iron out to the 190 range to 200 range. Not super consistent with those distances on the 5 iron, that 23.5 degree loft. It's crazy because I have a 2 iron from Lazarus, the women's clubs. I can hit that thing 210 consistently. Problem with that is the flex in the shaft is way too flexible, so my shots are going to the right a little bit. If I stiffen up the shaft, maybe I'm hitting that thing straight and still getting the same kind of yardage, but it is a 2 iron. But I think the 2 iron is lofted more like a 4 iron because it's the ladies set. So anyways, Orlimar Intercepts. What do you guys think of these clubs? I like the gray graphite shaft. I like the black background on the back of this little plasticky insert or whatever it is. I guess it's metal. Yeah, it's a metal insert. They sound good. They feel great. And the only thing I would change are the grips. These are definitely a must-have for any of you guys that are trying to get back in the game, never played before, and you're interested in single-length clubs, or you have a high handicap and you're interested in going to that same length set of clubs. With that, I'm Cowboy Golf. We'll see you out on the links.